Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm having an incredible time here at NAMM. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm just happy to be here and
Same.
And connect with people like yourself. Yeah.
Literally, when I got to NAMM, your booth was the first place I beelined to with my friends.
Tell me more about your project.
So I do a lot of, as a beatboxer. We do a lot of weird stuff, and we use microphones in a way that they're not designed to be used. And the gain difference, and how we use it is a huge issue. So the cloud has really helped us be able to punch through and use the dynamic range of the microphone in the way that we really want to. So everything from, I was on Broadway in terms of like live performance, recordings, everything from, doing hip hop tracks. We just did stuff with like Biz Markie and his estate for a documentary about him, as well as, commercial work. That's what I was working on last night. Music, any style. The Cloudlifter is a huge advantage to be able to communicate and get out what we want as a beatboxer.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. And the X, you were checking out the X at the show.
Did. Yeah, tell me more about it, because I did get a chance to do it, and that was a wild demo experience. So, what is going on in this?
We added a really, really pristine input transformer, audio transformer that we developed with Cinemag, custom for the Cloudlifter X, and we wanted something that was had super wide bandwidth.
Right.
This thing goes well over 80K, and something that was super clean, had great common mode rejection to help, something basically worthy of a Cloudlifter.
And that is a very high standard you've set for yourself.
Right, so you're getting an input transformer reminiscent of a really nice broadcast console, or
that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like right now, what I'm hearing. That's the first thing I said when I was like, oh wow, this sounds nice. Like it's clearly, it's got that character. Wow.
Right,
yeah.
And so we didn't want something that was really colored as much as we wanted something that had some character. And to me, there's a distinction.
Yeah.
Color could mean anything, but a little bit of character is, where we're really keeping the integrity of the microphone intact and giving it a nice broad band, sort of, wide bandwidth sound with the transformer.
Right.
So you're not really losing any frequencies or fundamentally changing the frequency response, but you get the sound of what the sound sounds like wound around that core, going,
right.
That analog sound of the transformer.
Right.
And so what's actually neat about the Cloudlifter X is the max button here, when you have it out at 36 dB. That's your full range. It goes up to 36, which is more than it's actually just more.
Yeah.
It's not better, but it is more.
It's more.
And it's different.
Right.
And so when you put this button in, it actually is not a pad.
Good, please.
To be very technically accurate.
Yeah.
Because a pad would be on the input, and you would pad the input so it doesn't drive it as hard.
Right.
But what this is an output attenuator. So
gotcha.
we're able to reduce the output, but not the input. So what that does is it allows you to hammer it harder on the and hit that transformer harder, like put a mic on a snare. You're really into you're really getting into it, right?
Yeah.
And you're able to hammer it harder so you can bring out a little bit more, because the transformer has sort of we call it dynamic character,
right.
Dynamic response. So the harder you hit it, the more you start to hear the transformer saturation, a little bit more of that harmonic content that the transformer brings out.
Yes.
And that's why we don't pad the input, because we want to be able to hammer it with a snare drum or a screaming vocal or
a something like
exactly
that.
Like that. Yeah, exactly like that.
I feel that too, like going hard, because usually it's the opposite as a beatboxer. When you go too hard,
you start overloading stuff.
We break mics. I have a drawer of broken mics. But this actually, like you're saying, the character comes out, and there's a lot of really that saturation. It's not adding color like you're saying, but it is giving a little more character.
Right. So do you have a project that's just come out?
So I'm here with American Beatbox. We produce the biggest beatboxing events all over the U.S. and America. We are doing the American Beatbox Championships this fall. This summer is also the World Beatbox Championships being held in Berlin as the first time since COVID. So we have American champions going for the world champion title. They're going to be competing against beatboxers from all over the world. And part of that lead up is we also have an activation space in Port Authority in New York City where we have a performance community like workshop space. So we're partnering with different brands to give these types of experiences to musicians, beatboxers, people in New York, producers, as well as there's over 1 million people foot traffic every week in Port Authority. So all these different kinds of New Yorkers, people that are surrounded by loud noises and music
just
all the
like
time.
this, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So ways to help them experience life and sound in a different way. I'm also working on a beatbox theater show combining beatboxing, theater, dance, rapping, and so working with a variety of different microphone companies, headphone companies to solve the unique problems that I have as a beatboxer. Because again, we use the microphone and the tools in a way they're not designed to be used. So we run into problems that most other people don't run into. And the cloud has definitely been one of the tools that's helped me be able to push what it is that I'm doing.
Nice.
So
I'm
very
glad to
grateful.
hear that.
Yeah.
You want to kick it with a good jam for us?
Sure.
Let's do it. Mark
All right.
Martin, here he is.
Here are Cloud Nines. Yeah, we're on cloud 9, dude, and we're feeling that rhyme, dude, and we're feeling that time. Yeah, it's all from the mouth. Check out now, don't stop, just keep it on going.
Yeah,
fun.
Cloud X,
Yeah.
man. Cloudlifter X. There
Cloud
you go.
9, yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Mark Martin. Thanks for coming by the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you too,
Thank
man. Yeah, this sounds great.
Cool.
This is wild.